Welcome everybody. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are having a great day. If you guys know who I am, you know the type of content I make. If you don't know who I am a React streamer, React content creator. I usually react to my shit on stream, so if you want to join my stream, please do. But today, I'm going to be reacting to brain rot. Sometimes I react to basketball, sometimes I react to brain rot. Today's brain rot, and it's going to be when dumb TikTokers mess with Mexican cartels by Sunny V2. So let's go ahead and get this shit started. We'll turn off the volume a little bit. We'll put it at 1.25 speed, and let's take off, huh? Boom.
These social media morons publicly insulted Mexican cartels, with El Parada setting the scene for why this is a dumb idea. Born April 2000 in the state of Sinaloa, the pirate was from one of Mexico's most dangerous states. Both his mother and father left him at birth, leading to a difficult life full of alcohol addiction, although ironically this made him a social media superstar. El Parada had his friend film him drinking from a bottle, pairing it with the aftermath of when it all kicked in. He'd uploaded to his YouTube under El Dela Red Label, but didn't expect a viewership of over 300,000. Well, when he realized that his excesses were pleasing to the internet, he knew what his shortcut to popularity was, turning his drunkenness into a profession. He'd start posting video after video of his drinking escapades, always pouring the beverage about an inch above his mouth, in the exact same way as his first viral video. This, in combination with his small, strange appearance, made El Parada so extremely memorable.
Small, strange appearance. That's a random ass shit. Small, strange appearance. Jesus.
People began to dedicate public statues to him. He'd therefore expand his social media to include cars and women.
Oh shit, that is a small, strange appearance. Hold on. Holy shit. Look at this fucking minion motherfucker. Banana. Look at this fucking... Oh my god. No, sorry, no hate. Okay, let's keep going.
Media to include cars and women, which grew his Facebook following to over 1 million and his Instagram to 300,000. Suddenly, he was being paid over $1,000 just to show up at a club for a night, although this would always come with one specific problem. Every time El Parada drank, he'd become extremely vocal and borderline aggressive, to the extent that he was arrested on more than one occasion. In a 7.6 million view video, translating to the pirate response to comments, he spends over 3 minutes simply yelling at his audience, giving the impression that he thought himself invincible. This would be curbed to some extent when he'd hire a social media manager named Beto Sierra, who encouraged El Parada to give up the drinking to increase the longevity of his life and career. Spanish YouTuber Pepe Garza also confronted El Parada about his drinking, questioning, haven't you started to think that if you drink a lot of alcohol, at one point it can poison you? The human body isn't made for that, to which El Parada responded immaturely, people always tell me, my friend, how can you handle so much? I just laugh and tell them, well, I don't know. I don't know how I handle so much, to which Pepe again...
What? How is that a response to... He said, homie, if you keep drinking this way, you're gonna fucking die. And he's like, bro, people always ask me how I handle so much. I drink so much. I don't know. It's like, bro, that's not what I'm... What? What?
And responds, well, I don't like it very much. This is going to get out of control. When he's then asked, where do you see yourself in 3 years' time? El Parada admits that he wants to get sober and instead would like to have a career in music and leave behind this stage characterized by his drunkenness. I want to learn to sing now. That will be my motto. I want to be on stage, but singing and putting on a show. Taking steps to make this happen, he'd appear in music videos, which only further added to his image as a drinker, especially with a band member stating, there are a lot of people who criticize him, but the truth is that's why El Parada got started, but it would also become the way that El Parada ended. After yet another heavy drinking session, El Parada was filmed insulting Mexican cartels, specifically with the phrase El Mencho suck my wiener.
I am not a smart man. I am not a very smart man. I like to see myself as educated. I try to, teach myself things, learn things, read books, books. That's a real thing, guys, books. There's this really cool thing called a library. I suggest going to them. They're awesome. But I wouldn't consider myself a very, super smart guy. But I would assume, and I would think, calling out a cartel member of any kind is probably dangerous. If I had to assume. But hey, what do I know, huh?
El Mencho is the head of the CJNG, aka Mexico's second most powerful cartel. His capture offers a bounty of $10 million, as he's considered one of Mexico's most dangerous people.
Okay, so, to reiterate the statement I just made, if you're going to insult a cartel member, I probably wouldn't do it to someone who's the head of the cartel, who has a $10 million bounty on his head. I probably wouldn't do that. That's just, but hey, what do I know? I'm not that smart, okay? I'm not that smart.
Therefore, El Parada's call-out was not a smart thing to say about a man who'll execute your whole family based on not much more than a rumor. He just has zero regard for human life. But what about free speech? It doesn't exist to the cartels, which have been linked to the murder of at least 12 journalists this past year.
People need to understand, I understand this is Mexico, but this exists in Mexico, this existed America, this existed in UK, well, kinda. You guys can get in trouble for a lot over there in Bongerland, but this is one thing you guys have to understand. Freedom of speech does not equal freedom of consequence. Say it with me now. Freedom of speech does not equal freedom of consequence. You can say whatever you want, whenever you want, to whoever you want. It doesn't mean who you say it to or the people you may be speaking on or speaking about. It's just going to sit there and go, yeah, go ahead, bro. No, go off, bro. That's fine. Fully disrespect me. I don't care. Go ahead. Freedom of speech, dog. No. You may end up getting in trouble. You may end up getting hurt. You may end up losing your job. You may end up having your bloodline eradicated by the head of a cartel member or head of a cartel group. But, if you want to take that risk, be ready for the sacrifice that you may be making, because freedom of speech does not equal freedom of consequence. Glad we figured that out.
El Parada seemed to think very little of his call-out, as on the 18th of December 2017, he went about his day as if it were any other. As the evening drew closer, El Parada met with Hot Spanish Vlogs and Ben El Gringo, preparing for what was supposed to be another fun night on the town. In fact, El Parada was having such a good time, he'd post the location of where he was headed, telling his fans to meet him at the bar. However, instead, he'd be met by 4 men driving in a black truck, who assassinated El Parada only a minute after getting to the bar. The attack was clearly specifically targeted because, as explained by Hot Spanish Vlogs, it's clear they didn't want to hurt me, my friend, or any of the girls, because if they wanted to, they could have done so easily. His funeral was held in the days that followed, with El Parada's social media manager writing, "We talk so many times about quitting alcohol and living life too fast, but you never listened. And I don't judge, only you knew what you were doing. Those who knew you were a good person. God have you in his glory. Those responsible for his death have never been apprehended, but the CJNG only seems more obvious after exploring the fate of TikToker El Chinito. El Parada and El Chinito lived in the same city, both having become famous for their goofy vertical videos. El Chinito therefore felt hurt by El Parada's death, and just 17 days after, would call out their cartel as well. In the 31-second video, El Chinito states, "I don't give a crap about El Mencho," then proceeds to call him stupid, and threatens to drive to his city to find him. In case this wasn't dumb enough, El Chinito then announces where he lives, but it would only be after the call out went viral that El Chinito realized he'd made a huge mistake. The following morning, with a blistering hangover, El Chinito apologized. "Excuse me, El Mencho, I was very drunk and wasn't in my senses."
How are you going to threaten someone who the cops can't even find? And that's why there's a bounty on his head. You're going to threaten that guy? You're going to threaten that guy. That's the guy you want to threaten. That's the guy you want to get balls to the walls with? He said, you want to go balls to the wall? Let's get balls to the wall. Except your balls will be on the wall, because I cut them off. What are you doing? What the fuck?
I am sorry. My respect to the old man, subsequently disappearing to keep a low profile. Rumors began to circulate that El Chinito had been executed by hired assassins, but this would be disproven by Margarito Music. He'd find El Chinito in his hometown, who instead of dying had rather gotten married, and also had a baby on the way. He now uses his TikTok to document his life, clearly surviving his cartel call-out. I think the apology video saved this guy's life.
Probably.
Illuminati 6, however, wasn't quite so lucky. He gained a following by doing dares on TikTok live, one of which being, "I dare you to challenge El Mencho." Well, Illuminati 6 had zero hesitation. "Listen here, you son of a bitch. El Mencho, you can suck my wiener 100%. I don't sleep like El Parada or El Chinito. I'm immortal, untouchable. I made a pact with the devil. I came to give you fire, Mencho. I'm not scared to say this, I'll say it without the camera. Mencho can suck my balls."
First of all, it's kind of crazy that this motherfucker is going around taking out TikTokers. But if you know that he did it before, and you know that the only reason the last one didn't get his ass clapped is because he went and he apologized. He gave a firm and strong apology. He said, "I'm sorry, master. I apologize, master. I'm sorry, master." That's what he did. That's what he did. Got on his knees and everything, was ready to suck it down. That's the only reason he lived. And you're going to turn around after they took out one and they were ready to take out the other and say, "Fuck it, they won't take me out though"? What world? In what world?
The comments rolled in instantly. This man is already dead, just because they haven't warned him. This little boy has his days numbered. Not even the devil is going to save him. Illuminati 6 quickly realized his mistake and uploaded a second video begging for forgiveness. "I'm sorry for what I said. I was not well. I was wrong. That day I woke up stupid. I didn't look at the consequences. I did that for followers. I apologize. We all make mistakes. Mencho, don't kill me. I have a family just like you." But this only added more exposure to his original cartel call-out. People began to joke, "Play the video of how they kill him. It would be great to see, but I..."
Okay, that's a bit much. Again, I think it's very fucking stupid to be calling out cartel members, but let's not glorify cartel members, okay? They're still cartel members. They're still, you know what? I'm going to give the most lukewarm take here, because even in America, I know I'm smart when it comes to shit like this. These are still gang leaders that do deplorable acts that could be seen as extremely unethical to those they're doing it upon, alright? It's not like the cartel is the YMCA, okay? So, I don't think it's cool to just be like, let's see him dying, let's see him getting killed. That's a bit much, but I do think it's extremely unwise to call out the cartel in any way, shape, or form. To say that you're not scared of them. To do that type of shit, to threaten them. That's dumb, that's extremely unwise. I bet they would even agree that they do deplorable acts, okay? They probably would agree with that. But what they're not going to do is let you talk shit about them. Online or not, so. I gave that lukewarm take. I think my life is intact. I think we're good, guys. But yeah, this is... Oh my god. This is weird. Don't be weird like this, okay? People can be stupid, but doesn't mean you want to see stupid people die. That's not okay.
I don't think anybody expected that this would actually happen. It has since been theorized that the person in the video is someone else completely, but there's absolutely no confusion in the case of Fofo Marquez. He's best described as the Mexican Dan Bilzerian, although without so many women. His TikTok is dedicated to bragging about money, showing his private jets and driving luxury cars. But Fofo also hides the fact that he's from a mega wealthy family. In case being a Nepo baby isn't already unlikable enough, he refers to himself as Millionaire Boy, making what would happen next all the more satisfying. Fofo planned on doing a prank that would anger his whole city. Drive 3 luxury cars onto a main bridge before parking in the middle of the road to block all lanes of traffic. As he and his friends get out of the cars, Fofo proceeds to state, "We have closed it for ourselves. This is what I want to demonstrate, what money and power can do. We've been here for several minutes. Let's do some TikTok dances. Look, 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 this right here is power. I am the king of Mexico."
Okay, let me tell you something. This isn't power. This isn't even money. This is just science. If I take a brick and I put it on the road, and it's a giant brick, so like a wall of bricks, and I put it on the road and a car can't go through it, I didn't need a lot of money to do that. Like you could have done that with 3 beaten up Honda Civics. You took cars and you put it in 3 lanes of traffic, and cars can't get around you or move. Now, sure, maybe if it was 3 beaten up Honda Civics, people would feel more, will feel better about, like, ramming into it to try to push it forward to go past you. Maybe they didn't want to ram into it because they know how expensive the cars are, and they didn't want to get in trouble or pay for it. That could be the case. I can see that happening, but for the most part, you get 3 big trucks, you get 3 cars, you can achieve the same shit. This doesn't make you look good with power or be a strong guy with money. It just makes you look stupid.
Fofo put it on his TikTok expecting a positive response, and while it gained 10 million views in under 24 hours, its virality was due to all the wrong reasons. Thank you, Fofo, you are an example for me. It is an inspiration to study and never be like you, but his terrible prank reached further than social media. Mayor Pablo Lemus threatened to bring charges against him for blocking traffic and endangering drivers on the road. After the rebuke, Marquez went back to social media to publicly apologize. It stated in his apology, "My comments about money and power were perhaps stupid, and I'll happily pay whatever fine I'm given." But the mayor responded to the apology by saying Marquez would have to complete community service, cleaning up below the very bridge he shut down, which Fofo Marquez was more than happy to do, until the CJNG got involved. The cartel unexpectedly issued a public statement. As many know or are just learning about, the influencer or scum named Rodolfo Marquez, who dared to close traffic, is an act we do not tolerate. We're the ones in charge of Jalisco and all of Mexico, and to you, Fofo, we tell you to be careful, because we will not let you come thinking you can do whatever you want. Here in Jalisco, Mr. Mencho is in charge. If we see you again, we'll kidnap you, and not even the money you have will help you. Sincerely, CJNG. 6 days later, YouTuber Dom Guerrero met up with Fofo, who was hiding out in his parents' mansion and being protected by 30 security guards. Throughout the interview, Fofo states, "Rich people are the most intelligent people, only making him even more hated. Rich people are the smartest people," said by a kid who inherited more than half of what he had.
Yeah, it's... Bro, you're not intelligent, you have money. Your parents might be intelligent. Even that being said, I don't know what they do, so I'm not going to say they are or they aren't. But my guy, you just have money that your parents were willing to pass down to you. Okay? You are the emphasis of fucking Nepo baby. That's what you are. You're a Nepo baby. That's all you are. You have no talent, you have no skill, except taking the money that your parents gave you to do stupid shit and to get attention for it. Except you got the wrong type of attention, and now you want to kind of, dip your toes on getting more of that wrong attention when you should be playing it smart. You should be a good child. If you haven't, let me tell you something. I don't care if I did nothing wrong. I don't care if I was walking down the street one day and I bumped into a guy and I went, "Oh, sorry," and I kept walking. If I saw a Facebook post that says, "Trey, we know who you are. If we don't get an apology from you, and if you don't stop acting like a dickhead, we're gonna, days are numbered." I don't care what y'all think. You can say it's pussy. I don't care. I'm about to turn around and be like, "Listen, I didn't mean no disrespect. I'm sorry. That's my apologies. Full apologies, okay? Alright? You want me to sponsor you? I sponsor you." My video today is being sponsored by this gang. No, but I'm just saying, dog. Be smart. This is your life you're playing with, right? But you don't care because you're rich. And I'm starting to see that something probably happened to him. We're about to see, but damn, dude, come on.
Despite Fofo's extreme arrogance, the CJNG never wound up hurting him. However, just 6 months ago, he brutally beat a woman during a traffic conflict in the parking lot of a shopping center. As a result, he's currently in prison, but that's still a better outcome than what happened to Pamela Montenegro.
Okay, before we get to her, I'm sitting here like, "Oh, maybe you shouldn't lose your life." I'm not saying anyone should lose their life, by the way, but I'm just saying, if you beat a woman, if you beat a kid, I'm not saying you should. I'm just saying. But God, bro, such a piece of shit. I knew he was a piece of shit. But such a disgusting piece of fucking filth. A disgusting piece of fucking filth. That's what he is. 100%. Jesus Christ.
She played a character on YouTube named Nana Palucas, initially posting innocent videos where, for example, she'd interview random shoppers. However, her content slowly made a political shift, interviewing government officials about the problems created by Mexico's cartels. Well, Pamela also owned a restaurant named A Todos Los Santos, around which the cartel began hanging banners, accusing Pamela of colluding with the government. Incredibly, even after this, she continued making her videos and working at the restaurant, although, as you might expect, it didn't end well. During one of her shifts in the evening, 2 men walked in and each ordered a beer before shooting Pamela point blank and fleeing the scene immediately. When security officers arrived at the scene after 7 p.m, the 36-year-old woman had already died. A member of the Acapulco cartel was tried for her murder, but was dismissed on the grounds of insufficient evidence, ironically acting as an example of the political corruption she often discussed. In Mexico, you can't even make fun of politics without being murdered now. She was really funny. This is horrible.
Yeah, that's extremely. That last one was super sad. That was extremely sad. That was extremely sad. Like, that's at the end of the day, she was just calling out what she felt was corruption. She was calling out what she felt needed to be called out and needed to be spoke on. And you know what? I give that woman a gold star. She got more balls than most people. She got more balls than me. She got more balls than me. I'll tell you what, because I believe in standing up for what's right. That's 100%. But I got a wife, family to think about. I could never go to a hostile environment and speak on people that I know could take my life at a whim. Like, that's rough. That's scary. Always looking over your shoulder, always not knowing what could happen to you. She had banners hanging from her restaurant, not knowing who put those up. Like, that's scary, but she still spoke out. So I give her that. She had balls, and it seems like she actually cared. The other one about beating a woman, the beating woman one, fuck him, piece of fucking garbage. The drinker, at the end of the day, I don't think anyone should die for being a fucking dumbass, but again, FAFO, fuck around, find out. I'm not saying he deserved to die, absolutely not. He wasn't a piece of fucking garbage Nepo baby that beat woman, but, you know, you just gotta be careful. You gotta be careful on who the fuck you're talking shit about. And then, the other guy that actually that didn't lose his life, good for him. He apologized, realized you need to be careful who the fuck you're talking about. Apologized. And then the third one that ended up losing their life because they apologized as well. But I guess their apology was not going to be taken in kind. You know, that's sad as well. But overall, this was a good video. I liked it. Son of You 2, another banger. Just another banger. Another banger of another video. If you like my content, please like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, my friends, love you, see you, have a good one.